You ask the questions, I put them to the test. This is another episode of FragPunk Mythbusters. Hey guys, Nightfall here, and it's been a little while since my last myth-busting video for this game, so I figured it was about time to collect some more community questions and myths and put them to the test. Some of these questions just answer general things like, does this card stop this card, or does this card work with this ability, or things like that. But you might want to stay tuned for the very last myth in this video, because it is game-changing and makes what we all thought was a completely useless Lancer now turn into one of the best support characters in the game if played correctly. So without further yapping, let's get into the first myth. This one was a question submitted by a viewer in my comments of the last Mythbuster video I did for this game, and that is, does the medical error card stop Squatmaster? So in this testing clip, we can see that yes, it actually does kind of stop it, but only sort of. If you look closely down at the health bar, you can see the health bar is still going up and raising your max HP. The problem is you're never going to be able to fill that missing health. So if the enemy team ends up taking medical error, you probably shouldn't take Squatmaster. Next up, we have a question that I'm sure everyone thought they knew the answer to already, but I'm probably about to burst your bubble. If someone leaves, do you lose points for surrendering? So when a player gets disconnected and the message pops up in game that you won't lose any points for the loss and you surrender, do you lose points or do you not? As we can see here in this clip, you actually don't lose any ranked points. So if you're in a 4v5 and you're down 5-0 or even 4-0, maybe don't sit there and waste your time banging your head against the wall, losing some of your sanity. Just surrender and move on to the next game if you know you're not going to win, and maybe you'll actually have a full team of 5 or not. The next question, a lot of people may already know this by now, but we want to know, does Broker's rocket get stopped by Blademaster? Blademaster says that it stops all bullets, and what's a rocket if not a larger bullet, right? Well, this one's an easy no. No, it does not. It will kill you instantly, no questions asked. A rocket is still a rocket. But also a PSA, I know one of you watching this video right now needs to hear this, or you have a friend that needs to hear this. If someone is charging you with Blademaster, just shoot their damn feet. The next question that was asked and gets asked pretty often when I pick this card in ranked is, what the hell does Superhuman actually do? Well, according to the card, it says healing, speed increases, and damage reduction provided by skills. Now, I'm not sure about the speed increase. This could just be a poor translation. I don't think this makes you run any faster or move any faster, but it definitely increases the heal speed and damage reduction due to skills. Now, the only damage reduction I can think of right now caused by a skill is Corona's Fireball, where if you stand in it, you get a damage reduction. But the real kicker here is Pathogen. With only 3 shard points into this card, just look at the difference in healing rate. It heals so much faster, which in turn results in more health gained, and she can heal someone who's somewhere in the 30 HP range to almost full health. I would say having more than 3 points into this card might not be worth it. 4 might be the absolute max, but you should definitely not be dumping all 5 points into this card. Save your points and be smarter, like we talked about in yesterday's How to Be a Card Captain video. And also, here's your second PSA for the video. Pathogen does not heal faster when throwing both of her heals down. Stop doing this. And now, just as promised, the final myth of the video, and this one's going to reshape how you think and play this Lancer. And if you skip the rest of this video to get here, then you missed how to redeem 500 free FragPunk coins, and you should probably pause here and go back and finish watching the rest of the video so you can find that. But if you're here because you watched the whole video, enjoy your coins and let's get into this final myth. Everyone knows that Spider recently was nerfed into the ground in so many different ways. He went from an A tier, arguably S tier Lancer to being the absolute worst Lancer in the game with just a single patch. They made his teleport only usable by a single teammate every 8 seconds, and then also nerfed his Spirit Away ability, so it's almost pointless to use it all because it just takes forever to activate. But what if I told you that there was still a viable way to play him in high ranks? Some of you may already know this first part, but Spider can teleport his teammates. And I'm not talking about with his actual portal, I'm talking about with his Spirit Away ability. And to add on to that, he can teleport teammates mid ability as well, like this Zephyr here being portaled back while she's invisible. think of the plays that can be made. Most of these will be like high IQ that your average spider players won't be able to pull off or remember in a situation that needs it, which would still make a spider a low pick but high skill ceiling player if done correctly. Normally, a good plant and hold would be to have maybe say Zephyr run in, invisible, plant the bomb while your team holds angles, and she uses her beacon to teleport back out. Very safe, very low risk. But what if you don't have a Zephyr, or your Zephyr gets picked off rushing mid because she's, well, mid? Now, anyone can run in and plant, and Spider can Q them out with his Spirited Away ability and save them with a well-timed, well-placed teleport. Possibilities are just endless. But are you good enough of a Spider mate? And if you actually went back looking for those 500 free FragPunk coins, you got bamboozled. You need to watch the whole video anyway. Suck it up. Anyway, if you like these videos, make sure to leave a like so I know to keep making more of these. Also, if you have questions or myths that you want me to put to the test, leave a comment down below and let me know what I should test next, and I'll catch you in the next one.